Hello, welcome to AutoCast. My name is Alex Devereaux and I'm incredibly excited to start this episode off. If you're new to the series, you should check out my last video where I reviewed the 2019 Ferrari 488 Spider. Today I'm here at Porsche and we're going to be taking a look at what they're doing, what they're going to be doing, and what they're bringing to the table in terms of innovation and technology. This is the Porsche GT3RS. Now, the GT3 series is based off of the 911 platform, but like all 911s, each one is different. This one in particular is based off of the Turbo S body style and the engine. Although the GT3 series is a naturally aspirated boxer inline six. So that means there's no turbos from the Turbo S. To understand what the GT3RS is all about and what its purpose is in the lineup, you don't have to look much further than the name itself. GT is the industry standard abbreviation for Gran Turismo, or Grand Touring. This is used from everything in Volkswagen, Golf GTI, all the way up to the Bugatti Vision Gran Turismo. But the real, true empowerment of this car is found in the RS, Rennsport, German for racing sport, and that's exactly what this car is built to do. So the very first thing you can notice on the GT3RS is this massive wing. This creates so much downforce for the track that the GT3RS is one of the most planted cars in the industry. Another insane feature of the GT3RS are these louvers. Now in most sports cars, these are used to let hot air from the brakes out of the side of the body, but in the GT3RS they actually have another purpose. This is to create over 300 pounds of downforce, adding to the total downforce of this car. That's just crazy. These intakes actually raised a lot of speculation when the GT3RS was first introduced. There were some Nürburgring spotters that saw this on the track and thought that we were going to get a turbocharged GT3. Now that would be amazing, but sadly we don't have that. The turbos in the GT2, however, are standard, but these intakes, which would normally feed the turbo intercoolers on the Turbo S model of the 911, actually feed straight into the engine because this is a naturally aspirated inline six rather than the forced induction inline six of the Turbo S. So unlike any other regular Boxster or 911 Carrera, the GT3RS takes weight savings to a whole nother level. They've actually replaced the badging with a decal instead to save weight. That's crazy. Another insane example of where Porsche has gone incredibly minute with weight saving is the roof. Now most cars at this level use a aerospace grade aluminum alloy or carbon fiber. Now, carbon fiber is an industry standard for being one of the lightest weight materials, but also one of the strongest. So that's why it's used so widely in all these sports cars. But that wasn't good enough for Porsche. Now, to save an extra 2 pounds on the roof, they've actually made it out of magnesium. They've used magnesium to create the entire roof, but no other body panel on the car. Everything else is carbon fiber or aluminum. So the weight saving is even carried on in the doors. As you can see, there's no actual door handle. Instead, you just have this piece of material that you pull on to close the door, and then to open the door from the inside, you just pull on it a little bit harder and the door pops right open. So for some numbers, this car is pushing 500 horsepower at 8,800 RPM and over 339 pound-feet of torque. This car has a 0 to 60 time of just 3.3 seconds. Now, compared to the Ferrari 488 Spider that I reviewed a couple weeks ago, that pulled a 3-second flat 0 to 60. But you have to keep in mind that this is only running a flat 6 4-liter engine, whereas that had a forced injection twin turbo V8. So when you compare the numbers, it's not that far away, and this car is very comparatively matched with a higher performing Ferrari or Lamborghini. So these are the center lock racing wheels that come standard with the GT3 series. Now these are built so that with this center lock, in a pit lane, you can just rip that off, change the wheel, and be on your way back onto the track in less than 10 seconds. Now of course, I'm 6'2", and this isn't a very big car, so getting into it can be kind of awkward. Not very graceful. So if you thought the outside of the GT3RS was insane, all you have to do is step onto the inside to be absolutely amazed. The Alcantara finished steering wheel, the small paddle shifters, the carbon fiber everywhere, all finished off with that pristine Porsche elegance. Just because this is a track car, you don't sacrifice any of the luxury of a Porsche. However, you do sacrifice convenience. So on your normal everyday Porsche, you'll have a button for your heated seats or your climate controls, but not in the GT3RS. Instead, you have a button to make your exhaust louder, one to raise and lower the front of the car to go over bumps, a button that will actually make your suspension harder so that when you're going on the track, you can create more downforce. And my favorite button of all, the pit speed button. This will actually limit the speed of the car when you enter a pit lane. So in case there's a limit, you won't surpass that when you're coming in to change the wheels on your GT3RS. The fit of the steering wheel is just perfect. It's just the right size and covered in Alcantara, so your hands won't get sweaty when you're going around the track. As well as there's a yellow stripe at the top made in leather that will allow you to realize which side or which way up the steering wheel is actually facing if you're going around a corner. The GT3RS comes standard with these carbon fiber bucket seats. These are built to hold you into the seat when you're going around fast corners on the track. Every GT3RS comes standard with the Sport package. This includes some carbon fiber options, some different weight savings, but also the fire extinguisher, just in case your Porsche GT3RS decides to go up in flames while you're doing a lap around Nürburgring. That is going to do it for this episode of AutoCast. My name is Alex Devereaux, and I really hope you've enjoyed and learned something from this episode. Coming up on AutoCast, I will be reviewing the Audi R8 V10 Plus and the McLaren 570 GT. AutoCast is an automotive segment in which I illustrate how the automotive industry is shaping innovation and technology. I'd like to thank my friends at Suburban Porsche of Farmington Hills for allowing us to come in and collaborating with us to make this video possible. If you're interested in the GT3RS that I reviewed in this video, it is available at their 10 Mile and Grand River location. If you're interested in more information, you can contact a sales representative at suburbanporschefarmingtonhills.com. Thank you so much for watching AutoCast. As always, I hope you have a fantastic day and drive safe.